Joining me, a man who has been in Milwaukee several times and will virtually be in Milwaukee this Saturday night at 7 p.m., Colin Mochrie. How are you, sir?
I am fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm excited about you and Brad doing this show. I've seen it live.
Uh-huh.
I've seen it on TV, and
Uh-huh.
now I'll see it on some sort of device that I have to pick out on Saturday.
Yeah, I wish I could explain the technology to you. I just don't understand it. I know Brad and I are in different countries at different ends of the continent. We'll be making stuff up using a technology I don't fully trust.
I, which is fine. It's how bizarre is this? Have you done a few of these already?
Yeah, we've done a couple already.
Okay.
It's worked out nicely. It is bizarre because we don't hear an audience.
Yeah.
So we hear no laughter, which, Brad is totally used to. But for me, it really throws me off a little.
It's new.
So, we're just trying to fine tune that, figure out how to maybe somehow get a feed from the audience so we can hopefully hear something from them.
Does it speed things up because of the lack of an audience? Do you get more in, or do you just kind of have more time to play with one idea?
Yeah, well, you're not panicking. You're thinking, let's play around with this. And we've actually had to adapt this from our stage show, in that with our stage show, we can take a lot more time. We can, really explore. Watching it on a screen is like you're watching television. So immediately people's attention spans are shortened.
Yeah.
So we've come up with shortened games, and we're using special effects to dazzle people. I truly have no idea what's going on at any point during the show.
At the same time, this is funny with Who's On Is Anyway going on for so long. You have done this like in every country, in numerous studios with different people, and this will be kind of a first.
Yeah, there aren't too many frontiers left that we can improvise in. We've done it on stage, television, now on computers. It's actually been very interesting. Brad and I had sort of just a creative burst coming up with ideas for this show, which was nice. Not that we were getting stale with our stage show, but it was like every day we've been calling each other and say, hey, what if we try this? And trying to figure out a way to make the technology our friend rather than something that we're working against.
And I think of it as, years ago, kind of when the internet like boomed, people always threw out all the possibilities of the internet. And they go, at some point, you might be interacting with the show that you're seeing. And you go, that sounds like bullshit. And now you're like, oh, we are.
They also said the internet would bring the world together. We'd all be happy. So there's 0 for 1,000.
That's a tug of war that nobody wins. Everybody's getting ripped in half in that one. Yeah, it's good. In addition to obviously the show, and if you go to the papstheater.org for tickets, it's happening this Saturday night, 22nd at 7 p.m. Colin Mochrie and Brad Sherwood. Of course, Monday nights here in Milwaukee, CW18, 7 o'clock and 7:30. Whose Line It Is Anyway still on? Those were obviously from last
century?
It's weird seeing people touching each other. You're like touching other people's phones and things like that.
Almost every game on Whose Line we can no longer do because we're up against each other.
My favorite ones are those when you it was a recent episode where you took somebody's phone and read off the text message. Gone. Just a series of bubble people.
Yeah. I also find it very ironic in that Milwaukee has been the place that we have done the most shows in. It's sort of our home away from home. This is the first time we've done a show there in the summer. It's always been January.
Yeah. Yes.
And we're not actually going to be there to actually know that there's heat in Milwaukee at some point during the year.
It's 80 degrees out right now, and even me just telling you that doesn't help, because every time you've been here, I'm sure somebody's shuffled you from your hotel quickly to the theater and in a car and with a parka, and I can tell you 80, and you know what 80 degrees is, but it doesn't matter because you're not experiencing it.
Yeah, I don't
and
see
I
it.
apologize.
That's all right.
There's
You guys have done a lot for us, so that's
uh, is part of the show going to be kind of what we've all been enduring over the last couple months? Are you throwing in a lot of kind of
COVID
not
musical.
not the illness part, but like you want you can make fun of anything, I think. But as far as like the being stuck at home kind of thing.
Not really. We're trying to keep away from that. This is
Good.
going to be like an hour and 20 minutes of nothing to do with politics,
Nice.
nothing to do with anything else in the world. It's a little dicey. This is just goofy, goofy, goofy. You will not learn anything. You will, in fact, probably be dumber after watching this show, but happier.
Are you in Los Angeles right now? Or are you in Canada?
I'm in Toronto.
You're in Toronto. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the good part about this. If there is another side of the coin, is that technology can bring other people in. And I don't want to spoil anything, and I don't know anything. But are there going to be special guests or anybody that you're kind of, since you can just click somebody in?
Yeah. No, we're not talking to any of the other guys right now.
No.
It's there's so much bitterness. It's no, I haven't actually thought. We will have actual audience members in the show with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, using a technology I don't understand, but
it's better that way.
yeah, it really is. It really is. If I was on Star Trek, I'd be the first guy killed before the credits happened.
That's a good part about this, though, is that the audience at home doesn't have any more alertness than they would right in front of your face, other than that they get pointed at and say, give me an occupation. I mean, it's still going to be that feeling of immediacy.
Oh, immediately they'll just pop up on the screen with us.
Yeah.
And they have to work with us.
That's even more almost intimidating than just hiding in a live audience, I think.
Yeah. So, wear something nice.
Pants. Let's just start with pants.
Yeah, let's just start with pants.
Begin and end with pants, just in case.
And we're fine. We're fine.
It's good. It's a good to remind yourself just walking out of your own house. Pants. It's good. How has things been for you? Have you been in Toronto the whole time with your wife?
Yeah. Just before they closed the border down, I was in Utah filming a movie and doing 2 tours, one with Brad and one with this hypnotist I work with. And I went from all that to all of a sudden being in the vulnerable group of a pandemic overnight. So it's actually been nice. I've got to spend time with my family. This is the longest I've been home in decades, literally decades.
I was going to say, it must be decades. I mean, you were part of the original crew. We talked about this, when it was in the UK. So, I mean, the amount of, just pure airline miles that have come to a screeching halt must be.
Yeah, sad. Thanks for bringing that up. Thanks.
I'm sorry.
No, but it has been weird not, at times it was tiring, but there was always that time, we're going today, we're going to Milwaukee, we're going to have fun there.
Yeah.
Go play with the 1's statue. All those kind of things. And now it's like, I'm going into my basement, turning on a computer, and hopefully connecting with someone somewhere.
Hopefully, everything will work. Is the time when you and Brad do talk, though, or is it really, does it still, everything fire pretty fast?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think there's a lag time, but we're not aware of it, and it doesn't seem to show up. That's the part of the technology I don't understand, that there is a lag time. But my wife was watching the show, and she said, no, you guys looked like you were in the same room doing something. So,
good. Okay. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm buying a ticket this Saturday, again, 7 p.m. thepapstheater.org. You can use the hashtag #ReviveLiveMKE. As you well know, Pabst Theater, 100-plus-year-old theater that's seen a lot of people.
Pabst. We've always had a great time there. The staff and the crew have been always amazing.
And in the most Milwaukee fashion, we have no reservations about the fact that a theater is named after beer, because we're like, oh yeah, why isn't every city's?
I know. And the major, comedy show set in Milwaukee was at a beer factory.
Exactly. Yeah.
Surely. So
we don't shy away from it. That's why this pandemic has really helped all of our blood alcohol levels just through the roof. I mean, I think people New beers have come and gone during this time. It's amazing.
I know. We're all going to turn into those people in Wall-E who just were in little hovercrafts and just driving around drinking beer. Which personally I'd be fine with.
I was gonna say it's not to generalize about Canada, but it's an entire country like Milwaukee, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just with more space and better laws and
higher alcohol content
and younger drinking age, which we don't really pay attention to drinking ages here. It's just a gray area. Colin, I'm excited again about this show. Whose Line Is Anyway? Of course, still going all summer long. Monday nights, 7 p.m. and 7:30 here in Milwaukee. Thank you so much for the time. Excited to see what's going to happen on Saturday.
Yeah, come for the show. Stay for the chips.
Take care. All the best. We'll see you soon.
Take care. Nice seeing you.